Hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going, Jerry? I'm just chilling, man. Just watching some YouTube. Yeah. What you up to? Just scrolling. Yeah, that was me most of the day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna chill out for a little bit, just go live, see how everybody's doing. Made a little bit of content too, just a little snippet. But yeah, I'm just watching like stable Ronaldo phase, just random videos, pass the time, just throw on in the background, chill out. It's a nice night. Good day to be alive, that's for sure. Thank God. I was just live on TikTok for a little bit, and then I decided, you know what? I've never went live on YouTube, and I love YouTube, so I'm like, YouTube's my favorite. What's up, Glitch? How's it going? Glitch and two. You guys do anything fun today, or just chill out, have a nice Saturday? Yeah, I've been on my butt all day, just chilling. But that's what the weekend's for. Been busy all week making music, so I'm like, thank God I can take a break and just whatever. All right, man. Yeah, do your thing. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, man, it's up to you. I'm just chilling, so what's up, Maverick? Dubs. Put something else on. Life is good. Got 20 subs. Yeah, man. I had like 50 subs for probably, I think under 50 subs for probably like years. And then, what's up, RJ? How's it going? And I just recently was able to get, yeah, like 180 to 100 subs. Nah, more like 60 subs because I had like I had like 40 to 60 subs, and then I was able to get 60 more. But it's just a matter of staying consistent, I think, because for me it was really tough for a long time, and then I started staying consistent recently. And yeah, 110 subs in a week. Yeah, that's what I think. Like I feel like you can honestly, realistically, if you continue to push content every day, I think you could easily do 100 subs a week. Like the 500 sub goal really isn't that hard. It's the hours, I think. And Roblox videos, yeah, there's a lot of Roblox videos, and that could do well. I think your main thing there is just SEO optimization and learning like the networking aspect because there's a lot of people you can network with that'll help you get some of your content out there. And like that's not my favorite thing to do, but it's nice to try and stay as organic as you can. But at the same time, you want to work with other people that are in the same space. Oh, for real? You're playing Roblox? Yeah, dude, Roblox is fun. I like recently, I don't know if you heard of Skate, but like Skate 3 and whatnot, like there's a new Skate coming out and I was able to get in on the beta. So I've been able to play that early and that's been a lot of fun. I've always been like a big gamer. I've never really made a gaming channel or anything like that, but like so I don't really have a lot of info there. I've always been doing music on and off, but honestly I feel like video games, there's a lot of creators doing video games, a lot of people doing music, a lot of people doing. Oh wow. From 500 to 10K. Uh, honestly, yeah, and I feel like once you get to 500 subs, that's when you really start. Like, it's like a new beginning. Kind of like in Twitch. Like on Twitch when you go from like being a Twitch affiliate and then a Twitch partner. So it's like as you work at it, you can slowly get there, but I feel like the more you know, the faster you can get there. And that's why there's like I love watching creators like Ludwig. He's one of my favorites, and he has a lot of good content based around that, like how to grow stuff, and like he doesn't go in depth about it because that's not what his channel's about. But I love the way he talks about stuff and keeps it interesting. MM2, I'm not too sure. Like I haven't played Roblox in a long time myself. Like it's probably been like a year or two since I played Roblox. But is that the one that's kind of like Call of Duty? I know there's one that's kind of like Call of Duty or like Battlefield on there. It's fun. One tuber trying to hit a mill. Yeah, dude, hitting a mill would be crazy. Like I watched like Charlie, what's his name? Moist Critical or like Penguins. He went from where did he go from? I watched him go from like I don't know. I watched him like double, I think, in subscribers. Oh, really? Hey, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, yeah, that's what I noticed. I was just telling her that earlier. Yeah, yeah, just time and consistency. Yeah, I agree. I think that's all it is, just time and consistency. 10.6 mil. Oh my God. That's crazy. Yeah, I think that's the key to life is patience, right? So like no matter what you're doing, whether it's a business, working a job, doing YouTube or whatever, creating content, like there's an itch to get there, and I feel like that's where it starts, There's a lot of people that just they go about things the wrong way, I'll say, because like I have people like blowing me up, like, and it's just like, dude, that's not how you go about growing your channel. It's all about being patient, and every time you make a video, it gets better. I feel like every time you make a song, for me, it's like every time I make a song, I feel like, oh man, this is the new one. But half the time I listen to it, for like a week, and then I give it time and I say, yeah, maybe this ain't the song. But that's why like I'm making like 5 to 10 songs a week. All right, Glitch, appreciate you stopping in. Learn as you grow in the process. Yeah, exactly. And I'll say like when I first started creating, like it's not like I have a big following or anything, right? So like I'm not the one to really ask, but it's like whenever I started creating, I figured, you got to have the best content out there, but it's more so about staying consistent and learning as you grow and becoming organized with your content. Just like you say, because like as you get better with these things, you become more organized. And especially like when it comes to just naming files, doing things the right way to where you don't lose track of everything, you can get it scheduled ahead of time. So it's like you don't necessarily have to worry. Like earlier today, I was able to work on content, get it scheduled out to get posted, and then go live to where I could just chill now and let it roll out. And just instead of checking my stats religiously, just, you know, I'll check back later, give it time, see what happens. And I think the biggest thing now is just moving forward is now that I'm more confident with what I got, just continuing to get better at the videos. Like, because right now I'm using CapCut and I'm thinking Blender would be really nice to learn. Start making like real, music videos and getting more people in and running ads. So I think like that's a big thing is just, growing the fan base and slowly building your network and continuing to grow, doing what a lot of the other guys are doing and copying what the other greats have done. And there's a lot of good people to learn from. Like you can learn Mr. Beast, podcasts. Like he's talked, said a lot of good things. Yeah, I'll say like a 1,000 subs. I would imagine somebody like me, it's gonna take me like quite some time to get there. But like you said, like you can see people get 100 subs in like a week. So it's like you could get it, few months. I feel like if you have good content, especially because like if you can get some of your content to hit the algo, even if you're running ads to get it to hit the algo, like either way, that'll get you more of a fan base. You'll grow a lot faster. But views, yeah. When it comes to the views, that's what I noticed. Like a lot of the short form content I'm making gets a lot more views, but it's not necessarily popping off. Like most of them, I guess the retention isn't there, so they're falling off at 1 to 200 views most of the time. But I've had some that just pop off, get 600 views, 1,000 views, and I wouldn't say like not even close to viral. Like I mean, not even close. But let's just say for me, that's really good. If I can get more than 200 views, like I hate getting 200 views. If I can get 500 or 1,000, like that's what I like. But I like making little snippets of like my unreleased songs and things like that. And I'm trying to think like I mean a lot of other artists they're just taking songs like really good song that they really worked on, and they really take their time to push it. Where right now I'm making a lot of songs. I'm getting to the point where I'm learning more and I'm seeing why that, people would do that because you spend more time on these songs. A lot of them are producing them too. Like I'm just taking other people's beats and It's a typical thing, a lot of people do from I've seen over the years, there's a lot of artists that have got big just putting out YouTube beats and stuff like that. So, or people that have got big putting out YouTube beats, and then people that are just using YouTube beats. But a lot of artists have used YouTube beats over the years, and I don't think that takes away from the artist whatsoever. Just like using loops as a producer, like I don't think it takes away at all. It's just a lot of people who are starting out see that because they feel like you have to do everything yourself. But I've learned that collabing is usually the way to go. But I feel like at the end of the day, if you want to save those royalties for yourself, you need to learn how to do it yourself. And the better you get at production, the better you'll be at mixing, the better you'll be at mastering, the more you know, the better. Like, you know what I mean? At first, it just seems like a lot and it becomes unorganized because mixing and mastering isn't supposed to be easy, and there's a lot of bad information out there. Nowadays, there's a lot of good, and there's a lot of great technology. So I feel like it's harder to mess up compared to what it was back in the day. But when you're learning mixing, most people don't know like you have to send your signal to buses, and if you don't do that, man, it's just your music's not going to sound nearly as good. It's not going to sound right. And if you can't hear it with your ears, then it's like, oh my goodness. So that's why it's like I went through years of making that mistake until I learned, okay, you got to side chain your 808 and your kick to your 808 when I was making beats. And then I realized, wait, why don't you do this with your vocals? And then I found out like people were sending things and I'm like, I don't get why they're even doing that. You just throw it on the main track. And then I learned, oh, you could send that to a parallel split, send it the signal so that way everything that's being everything, all the plugins that are affecting the original signal sound how they want. You don't want to add stuff on top of that to make it sound drowned out or bad, like delays and reverb. So it's like you're going to want to send that to a parallel split. And then I like to add stereoization because like my vocals never sound wide enough or big enough. So like I just stereo image it to make it sound 3D and it sounds incredible. So you combine that with the right delays and reverb and all the right mixing and it just sounds great. Especially like I'll say like the more I learn about compressors, I feel like that's the number one. That's very true. Yeah, exactly. Like I'll say like making beats and recording vocals or making videos, for example, like editing videos, it's all very similar, especially when you're like editing music videos or snippets. It's like you got to make sure it's on beat and stuff like that. So it's like once I started doing that, visually it just is more appealing, even without transitions, it's more appealing. So it's like honestly for me personally, I've had to learn stuff over the years and then start applying it once I have everything kind of organized now. It's like, okay, yeah, that's very true. Because when you're listening to music, you're not necessarily like you don't know what you're listening to exactly. Like you're gonna want to listen to some other music as a reference.
I'll be back in the bed, check the house. It's all
Oh God, what is that?
that's the air exchanger.
Oh
My
man,
house
that's not
grows up
good.
bigger than my
Yeah, that's bad. Wow.
so I'll come back and check it.
That makes sense because I was like earlier, I was like, it smelled, and I was like, it smells like something died. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's probably Becca. It smells like something.
So true.
But come back and I'll check it a little bit. Hopefully it's starting out.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Turn back
Yeah. Hopefully that helps because, yeah.
on. Well, but you guys got your
Oh, yeah. No, we're good with that. Yeah. It's been fine with that. Just like the bathroom gets like, hot and stinky, but no big deal.
own. And I don't know. don't know how to explain it. It's just what
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
yeah. Very true, yeah. Sorry about that. Housemate was just saying that like the AC is messed up. Yeah, I think being passionate and consistent, that's what it takes. For me personally, like I've had to learn stuff over the years and try different things. And when it comes to the beats, I'll say like for me, I just need to get back into it. But at the end of the day, beats are a whole different thing than, recording vocals, like mixing, mastering tracks. It's like when you're mixing a beat, you're doing the mixing, you're not really mastering, but you're doing the mixing. And some people do master just for, to get it at the level it needs to be loudness wise for, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. But you don't want to like squash the track, really like mess it up for artists to not be able to hop on it. Because I used to do that, and people would tell me all the time, like something sounds off, and it's like, well, I know it's not correct, and that's because I used to not know those things. And as I learned more, I was like, oh man, no wonder why nobody wanted to use my stuff. Or if they did, they had to get the stems because it wasn't where it needed to be. But the patterns were cool. So they liked the patterns, they liked the sounds I was using, but they just weren't mixed properly. So when they went to record it, they said, oh God. And it's like, it doesn't matter how good of an engineer you got, like, if it's not up to quality, nobody's going to want to use it. And that's been my issue recently. Like, there's a lot of artists as you're growing and making stuff, people want to work with you. And some of these guys are sending me stuff, and it's like I wish it was better, but it's not bad. It's just not mixed well. And I want them to understand that, hey, this isn't mixed well. Can you send me the dry stems and then send them back the fully mixed track? And sadly, I can't do that because I'm trying to tell these people, hey, this doesn't sound right, send me that. And then they're like, oh, I'll mix it better. No, dude, you can't mix. I don't want you to do that because I could tell it's not near, not even close to where it needs to be. So it's like that's why I'm like, man, just let me handle it, please. Like I've taken like around 10 years to learn audio engineering, and I've gotten decent at it. Like don't make me go back 10 years and listen to this type of crap that I just can't listen to. Like I can't make a song on it because I can't listen to it to begin with. Oh yeah, I'll definitely sub you. Pin that message to Is there a way to do it here? Let's see. Oh, there we go. I'll hit that sub after this as soon as I get off. Playlist. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's so smart. Yeah, I should definitely do that. Let me screenshot this. Hold up. Honestly, creating playlists, that's a great idea. Like I've been creating some playlists, but I need to organize them a little bit better. And then a short trailer would be ideal. If I can make like a cool visual of like, just me, it gives the image and everything like that. That would be ideal. I haven't necessarily thought about that, but like that's a total like first impression, right? So it's like I don't necessarily want people to come in and hear a song that I made a little while back that's not very good. I should introduce them to what my content is. Hey, this is SirZeets, blah blah blah. Very true. I need to reach out to more creators and do that because I've had people reaching out to me, like I said, but it's just like not really creators, just artists trying to make music with me because they're like, hey, I like the sound. And it's like I appreciate that, but like there's some people who I work with who they know what they're doing, and then there's other people who you're just like, yeah, I wish you knew what I knew, and I know I don't know all that. I just know enough to make it sound the way it needs to sound, and that's what I'm trying to say is like I'm always gonna stay humble when it comes to music because I'm not. I'm not the best artist there is. I never will be, but the music I make, I think it could, could get on the charts there one day, if we keep at it, get big. Like I wouldn't say I wouldn't be the best artist ever, but I would doubt that. You know what I mean? Like maybe you could put me up there with some people as I get better, but it's like right now I would put myself up there with some of the underground artists that are coming up. So it's like as I get better, and especially with writing, like if I want a big song, I got to get better at writing, um, and things like that. Like most of my songs I don't write. I write them as I go. It's really for me just talking. I'm talking about something or whatever it is. Reverse engineer, very true. Like I do follow a lot of like underground artists and things like that, but I'll say those guys aren't necessarily in my same space because like they're doing the same thing. Right, yeah. The hook is the most important, kind of like reading a paper or watching a movie. I would say so, yeah. But like, I gotta find other people who are similar to me rather than guys who are already established in the underground. Recommend your other viewers, or other videos. Gotcha. That does sound like a good idea. Whew. Yeah, for me personally, I'm staying consistent no matter what. Like I told myself, like I watched Russ, like he talked in an interview and he said like he would do things different too if he were to go back. But at the same time, it worked out for him. He posted a song every Friday for 2.5 years, and he said it took him that long. So I'm like, dude, I'm willing to do the same thing Russ did if that's what it takes. Just stay consistent and keep at it because I feel like it's only going to grow with time and get better. And if things are getting views and stuff like that immediately and then falling off, it's not like it's done forever. It's like it could come back into the algo down the line, or as I have songs pop off, more of my content will also get more stuff. And the thumbnail, yeah, thumbnail title, that makes so much sense. Because like I've been trying to work on my thumbnails and get those really popping, but sometimes I go a little bit lazy and I you can tell a difference, from my thumbnails and stuff, like the ones that really pop and the ones that don't compared to the views. It's like, okay, well, I see why, because more people are gonna stay because of that. And then, just like that, hooking people with maybe on-screen text, things like that, keeping them engaged the whole video rather than here's the title, here's the hook, all right, here's the song, blah blah blah. Like, gotta keep it interesting and do something different. Curiosity, yeah. So instead of doing what I'm doing now, like I'll say like what I've been doing, posting videos, little snippets, things like I want people to be curious. So, oh, okay, it sounds good, but maybe I need to like save some of that and just, you know, think of more creative content I could make and put out using trending topics or things like that just to bring more viewers in. Think more of like from a creator perspective rather than from a musician or like a singer or songwriter. Like, because at the same time, like I might be making music, but it doesn't make a difference. Like I'm just like everybody else out there that's making content and trying to make it. So it's going to be the same things that I need to do that they do that I need to do, and then apply my content, like my music, to the background or my music to this or that, or try and get people to listen to that without really pushing them that way, which my whole channel right now is basically pushing people to listen to my snippets or check out my new music. So maybe it's like take a step back and just kind of have fun with it and be creative with it. And um, like you said, create curiosity. So like maybe get people curious about who SirZeets is, not, you know, like who is this guy? What's about it? Rather than just hearing this music with no context. Maybe like you're just hearing some guy talk about his past or things he'd been through or current things he's going through. That's on my mind, and it's just like mental health and a lot of positivity I like to talk about, and I talk about my drug use and addiction and a lot of the hardships. So it's like I think focusing more on the future and the positivity and God, like things like that, spirituality, and things that are just cool, like things that I like. Like, I think that's the key is just keeping things interesting and doing things my way, per se. Like, obviously, you want to take after the greats and learn from them and learn from other people like yourself. And that's why it's like it's really nice to have other people, especially you, hopping in here and giving me all this info because that's like it's valuable information that you won't find everywhere. Like, you can look up stuff in Google, you could go on Reddit, you can talk to other creators, but it's like you don't necessarily have like a one-on-one every day with somebody that's, doing something similar. And it makes sense. Like you really want to create the curiosity, hook people in, and try to keep them like in the loop and get them down the rabbit hole of SirZeets or whatever, or whatever the channel is. Get them curious, get them hooked, and then get them to watch more content and then put them down the rabbit hole. It's like if you think about it, the way I think about it is like I used to sit there all night and go down the rabbit hole of all different topics. And so you could do that with an artist too. Like you go to their page, oh, here's their new song, bam. Oh, I remember that old song that I like that sounds similar, bam. Oh, that reminds me of this 2010 Kesha song, bam. Oh, that reminds me of that. And it's just like you bounce back and forth off of just like random thoughts that go through your brain. And that's why I like I say like I like having other people that it's just like you can talk to and create and think about different ideas with and just things that are necessary to build because that's what not everybody gets, I think, especially starting out, is like there are things that you are necessary that you have to learn to build these things like a business. And if you don't know those things, you have to learn. And if you don't learn over time, you're gonna fail. That I think that's the key is just staying consistent and checking your stats and continuing to learn and get better. Because if you don't learn and get better, I mean, what's the point? Like everything in life, you should be learning and getting better every day. Like a lot of people talk about they can't wait to retire. Like I think you're probably in the wrong job if that's what you're doing, because you shouldn't want to just give up. Let me tell you that. Like you should want to keep going. Maybe you're tired of working at that point and you just want to, you need to relax. Your health isn't as good. And there's, valid things there when it comes to say that. But I feel like the happiest people I've seen are, typically rich and they keep working their whole life. So it's like, well, what makes that guy want to work till he's dead? Well, that's all he knows. He loves it. He's happy. Whereas other people that aren't happy, they want to retire. They got divorced and want to retire. And it's like, man, maybe you just should have done a better job. Or once you retire, maybe you should finally chase your dreams because that's what I decided to do. It's like, because I'll never be happy if I don't chase my dreams. And that's the key, I think, is just chase your dreams and do what you think is right. And don't always listen to your gut. Like I would say, like it's nice to listen to your gut, but you want to listen to other people's perspectives as well, instead of just, like being a psycho about things and being like one, closed-minded. And I've learned from some of the greats, like there's a lot of smart people out there I've learned from, and they've told me a lot of the same stuff, like, is that it's all work ethic. And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to for myself because I have the brain, I have the capacity, I have the athleticism, I have whatever you want to call it. I just need to apply myself. And that's what I've always been told, um, from either my mom or my best friends and, ex, a lot of people have told me the same thing. It's just, hey, man, you got to work on that work ethic. And whenever I did get that work ethic where it needed to be, everything changed. And that's why Where I'm at now, I learned my work ethic's better because I'm doing what I love rather than trying to chase a paycheck every week. You know, like I got so sick of doing that and doing what I was doing, but thankfully I'm able to do what I do now. Not everybody can do what I'm doing right now, and I thank God for that every day. But I'm gonna have to start doing more, and it's always gonna be more, more, more until I can start doing less eventually. But I want to do more and more and more. And sadly, like I'm not gonna be able to stick with full time what I'm doing right now forever. Like I'm gonna have to get a job, pull in a little bit of money while I'm continuing to do this because I don't think this is gonna take off in the amount of time that I want it to. And I knew that going into it, but I said, hey man, I'm just gonna start out, give it a few months, see how it goes, and then bam. That's kind of where I'm at getting to now is like, okay, it's going better than I thought it would, to be honest. So I'm gonna keep at it. And then I'm going to, just keep trying to get better and doing the same things and pushing forward because I don't want to ever give up again, like on my dreams. That's for sure. I'm never going to until the day I die. Like I'm not giving up on a God-given talent, and that's my thing. Is like I'm here for a reason, and I've been told that by so many people, and um, I almost died before, so like I don't want to go through a lot of those same things I did in the past, and I feel like you do that by keeping yourself happy. Like if you're not happy, you might put yourself down a bad path, and if you haven't done it before or you haven't seen anybody else do it, like a lot of time you got to learn yourself anyway. At least for me, like if you can learn from other people, then you're a smart person. Because it's tough, especially when you have addiction problems like myself. It's like it's you don't really get over it. You just have to fight it every day. So for myself, it's been a battle, but where I'm at now is a much better place than what I was, and I'll never go back to where I was. So that's a good thing. Oh, yeah, sorry, I was just ranting. Smart. How I made a chill loaf of beat. So like instead of trying to show everybody, hey, here's my new song, show them how you made the song. And instead of just saying my new beat, tell them, hey, this is a chill lo-fi beat. So if they know they like chill lo-fi, it's like, because if you just see beat, you're like, what type of beat? Is it trap? Is it hip hop? Is it pop? Is it dance? Is it Euro dance? Is it plug? Is it R&B? But it's like you see chill lo-fi, you're like, oh, I love lo-fi. That might work out for my background of my video or something, it's just bam. And then you know it's a 10-minute video, you're like, I got 10 minutes. So you already know, like, bam, like your mind going into it is already like, sweet, 10 minutes, chill lo-fi, let's go. And it's helping you learn something rather than just listening to somebody's silly beat. Now that you say that, like thinking about, there's a producer, PK, and he makes like, all kinds of genres like hyper pop and trap, hip hop, pop, whatever, Kesha type beats, whatever. And this guy, I love his content because that's what he does. Like he'd rather show you what's going on in his DAW, and he'll show you his whole process, all the different sounds he used, and keep you hooked by adding the text. And part of that stuff too, I think, is like I rush my content. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think maybe like from what I was reading the other day is like, you can put out less content and have if it's better, quality. And I feel like same thing with the music. It's like you don't have to put out as much music if it's better quality. Um, and I feel like you do have to stay consistent, but it's more so about like, is this good enough to post? Like, are you proofreading it? Are you making a few different versions to see what's better or getting somebody else's perspective before you post it? Like half the time I'm just saying, screw it, let's go. And then other times I'm like, really, hey, is this worth it or whatever? Is this good? Yada yada. And sometimes things do well, sometimes they don't. So that's why I feel like the consistency, like you said, is key. Because like you never know if something's gonna do well or not, in my opinion. Like I feel like sometimes you might have a idea of like, hey, this works, but yeah, for me right now, I'll say like I don't have like a regular time I upload. I don't know if time is as important, but every day I'm posting every single day. So like on YouTube, uh X, TikTok, Instagram. I'm posting every single day on those platforms at least. And then sometimes, stuff will go onto Facebook or Snapchat or whatever. But so I don't care as much about Facebook, Snapchat. Weekly, bi-weekly. Okay. Because yeah, right now I'm going daily, but it's like not full-length videos, just mainly shorts. But recently I've started posting like the longer versions of the snippets and then taking a 15-second edit out of that. But I don't know. I feel like those have done okay and some of them haven't done great. And then like I post just a regular short tonight and it's getting, at least from what I saw initially, it didn't get the pop that those remixes are usually getting. So it's like I'm not sure which way to go, but I feel like also the video I post today is probably like 30 seconds or so. And I feel like the 15 seconds do a lot better. And I get like what I found in the past is I think like because if it's shorter, like the second people click on it or scroll away from it, like they're on it a longer percentage. Whereas like a 30-second video, now I need to hold somebody for 15 seconds to even get them halfway. So it's like you need to make sure those people are staying for like the whole video. And that's hard to do when I'm just posting a little visualizer of my song with me or, AI or whatever. But I think, yeah, weekly may be a better option, like for myself. Like I want to grow faster, but I feel like maybe weekly I could make better content because I wouldn't have to every day make a fast video to put out. But at the same time, I'm gonna want to be taking that weekly video then and chopping it up into shorts throughout the week, which is fine too. But maybe 2, 3 days out of the week instead of like Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Friday. uh, so that way I'm posting those 2 days and then post like say, Saturday or Sunday. Like I feel like Mr. Beast a lot of time he's posting his videos, I feel like lunchtime Saturday or early in the day, like something like that. And it's like I don't know exactly there, like don't quote me on that, but it's like I've noticed that that seems to be great because it's like everybody's off on Saturday for the most part, and especially around that time, even if they're not, like it's around lunchtime, so they can watch the video, and he knows his audience, so but he has a huge audience, so I mean, he knows he could do a lot of different things, but he still follows all those things he's learned over the years. Let's see. I'm gonna have to head out here soon. I appreciate you coming in and like talking about all this because it helps me a lot, and we'll have to stay locked in, man. Mr. Beast make content that solves problems. Yeah, he does a lot of good, like all of his stuff. Yeah, and like his shorts and stuff too. Like he won't just remix like longer videos to try and get people there because it's monetized and he's making money on it. It's not even about that. He's like trying to actually solve problems, like you said. He entertains people in other videos. He teaches people in his interviews, which is insane because a lot of people like they'll be like, "Oh, I'll sell a course." Like, no, he does it for free. And um everything he does is inspiring, like I feel like every video I watch Mr. Beast, like that's one of the biggest things he hits is emotions and inspiration. Like, because everything I watch from him, a new video, it's like it inspires you to like, man, I want to do something like that. And a lot of people have been in those shoes with like, watching movies or watching TV or music, like they're like, man, it's so good. And everybody has different taste and stuff, but I'll say like I've seen some Mr. Beast bangers and been like, man, like I wish I could be like, those guys that are getting on his channel and having a blast. And it's a lot of it's all acting and stuff too, but it's like it's just fun to watch because I know it's authentic because Mr. Beast, everything he does is authentic. And that's why it doesn't matter if some of these guys that come on there, like they're playing a character or whatever, like they're still being authentically themselves. So it's fantastic to watch. And that's why what I try to do in my music is keep it authentic and keep it, similar to that. And that's why like I feel like overall you could just get more done like that. You're not as focused on little things. And then when you're in the process, like as time goes on, you get better. So it's like everybody does things differently though. Like I know people that will sit down and like that's what they do is they write songs. And then I know other people that they just use other people's lyrics. And I know some people that it's like everything they do is freestyled like me, or everything they do, they got to sit down and figure it out first or go bar, one line after the next until they get it all done. And sometimes you go, you're doing one liners and then all of a sudden you hit four in a row and then you hit an eight and then you hit a 16 and then you're done. Like, yeah, I feel like the better you get at creating, I feel like it's like, especially for me with the music, because it's been like 10 years, it's like finally to a point now where sometimes it's putting itself together and you're just like, this is phenomenal. Anyhow, I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I'm gonna call it a night here in a second, just because my phone's gonna die here soon, and I want to go plug it up and whatnot. But I'm gonna chill out for like another 5-10 minutes, as long as my phone holds out. Um, I just like I went live on TikTok before this for like an hour or so, and then now I've been on here for 48. So it's like I'm ready to kind of just chill out the rest of the night. Me and my girlfriend might watch some anime or something. So yeah, thank God for Saturday. Yeah, I appreciate you though, man. Like, I expected, yeah, it's my first time going live on YouTube. I'll just be sitting here talking to myself. See if I can hit an hour on here. My phone holds out for the next 10 minutes. It's shade. I don't know if I can hold out for that long though, 'cause I need to use the bathroom. LOL. I look up and I was watching these guys play like Stable Ronaldo at the arcade. I look up, it's a whole nother video. This man's doing push-ups. Like, what is he doing? I'll have to figure out a way to play some music on here the next time. Like on TikTok, I know you can just put some in the background easily. But on here, like I'm thinking next time, like grab like a little, I have like a little speaker or something I could play like some music or something, but I have another device I could play it off of too, so should be straight. I'm trying to think of ways to make this more interesting and like I could go live during the day while I'm making music on here. It's just gonna sound like shit, because it'll be like not hooked up, but it's like shit. I watch Jace all the time go live and looks like he doing the same type of thing. Like Jace is the man. Like I don't know what all these guys like some of them stream themselves and they'll show like, like they'll have the effects on and everything, but it's like I use my interface and there's ways to do it. I just got to learn. Not everything has to be perfect too. Like at the same time, it could just be like, like some people make music for the stream. Like look at Black Boy Max. Start putting out some VODs too. Like if I go live more often. I just feel like I got to keep it interesting and if I'm making content, like making music, I could easily stream that process. I don't see why not. Be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. You hungry boy? Oh, shit. Come in a minute. Let me just smoke one more cig. But I went live on TikTok. Now I'm live on YouTube. My phone's about to die, so I'm like, I'm just gonna see if I can hit an hour because it's like a couple minutes away. Yeah, but that's been fun. I'll be right back. Whew. All I don't know what I'm watching right now. It's playing Mario Kart or something. It's fun to watch though. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. There'll be more lives like this coming. More content on the way. Thanks, everybody. Peace.